What's up guys, this is Yash and welcome to this new fresh video. So in this particular video we will be killing it. So a lot of times I know everybody has these problems. I had this problem, you have this problem. If you don't have this problem, I think you're probably like a super pro and you're not watching this video. So if you're watching this video, you are a new person who's marketing, or you've been marketing for a little bit, and it's always nice to have detailed targeting. So if you're already targeting and you're killing it and you've done everything that it takes and all of it is in place and you're just making sales and stuff, you're probably not watching this video and this does not interest you. But this is a very interesting and a very important video, because in this particular video we will be going over audience insights. So let's roll the intro. So, what is audience insights? So, in audience insights, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go into Facebook's whole database. Now, like, we cannot really go into it completely, but Facebook gives us like a little overview of what's going on, how many active users, how many people actually on that page, liking, disliking, doing whatever, is there any engagement in those interests, so all of that. So I wanna go over and help you find how to do more detailed targeting. A lot of times it goes missing and a lot of people don't know how to even go to that page, because most of the times when people start off, they're really trying to get into sales and just trying to do whatever they think is right. So sometimes you don't have enough reach, sometimes you have a lot of reach but you're not just having enough engagement, and you're like, hey man, this page had 20 million people but I'm not getting any engagement. So we're gonna break that down, and what I'm gonna simply do is push myself into the corner like every time and take you to my screen. So let's do it now. So I'm gonna go right over here in my business manager. I'm gonna go to audience insights. When I click on it, Facebook is gonna take me to a page. And now that page looks like this. So it says, hey, choose an audience to start with. People connected to your page or everyone on Facebook. I recommend doing everyone on Facebook, obviously, because you do not have much fan following at this point and you're trying to actually come up with numbers. So if you look on the whole, what's going on? This is the whole United States, 18 and over, all the genders, no actual specifications. There are about 200 to 250 million monthly active people on Facebook in the United States of America. Well, the highest is in this age group in both men and women, men underneath here, women over here, and kind of like gradually slows down and grows down out there. Then education level, the most people on Facebook are either in college or high school, and very few are from grad school. Most people are married, 30% are single, 16% are in a relationship, 4% are engaged. Now, why 4% are engaged? I personally think that number is really small for a reason. Because people those are in a relationship or are engaged, they don't update their status, and Facebook doesn't catch that, so it doesn't really have much information there. So they have married and, like, you could say single or in a relationship kind of thing. So with this you could do so much. Now when you're looking at it, let's go ahead and try to do our detailed targeting, and let's say you are doing cases for iPhone. So in order to figure out which cases or who will be the right targeted market to do it, we're gonna simply just go on the left hand side, and we're just doing United States. We just select it right over here underneath the location, and interest, I'm gonna just put Apple. Boom. Enter. So what that does now, it tells me what's going on with Apple. There are 20 million to 25 million active monthly users on Apple. There are 45% people on like those who like Apple or interact with Apple, and the outside circle is actual Facebook users, a total of Facebook users compared to this specific interest that we put, that's Apple. Now on the right hand side, right by demographics, if you click on page likes, you'll start to see something really cool, and that helps you detail your targeting even further, which is going to be a game changer if you start to put it in use. So it's going to be pretty amazing, guys. So I know it's taking a little longer. It doesn't take that long, so let's wait for it. So now we have it. So you look, top categories look like cosmetic store, ultra beauty, women's clothing store, the Mint Julep boutique, furniture store, IKEA, ice cream shop, all of this. But this it's not relevant enough. So if you're doing, say, stuff for iPhones, what we're simply gonna do over here is put more. So we got Apple, now we put iPhone. So we could do people who use Facebook on iPhone. Obviously, if they're using Facebook for iPhone, they have an iPhone. So let's click on that. Boom, let's wait for the page likes to update and see what's going on. And now you start to see people who like Facebook for iPhone, like the major ones, also like Sprite, Dippin' Dots, Under Armour, Express, Nordstrom. So you're starting to get an idea whom you could really target. And you go further, and then you start, and you also want to keep your eye out right over here about 70 million to 80 million monthly active users. That means it's a good audience to show your ads to. Then over here, let's put iPhone right here. Just click on iPhone and let's see what happens. So it's kind of broadening up, and we're starting to get like about 100 million to 150 million monthly active users. If you go back to demographics, you'll start to see that there are more people within the ages of 18 and 44 compared to the ages of 45 and 65. So what that helps you understand is like, okay, cool. So when I'm actually making these ad campaigns, I should try to do 2 different ad campaigns. One going from all the way from 18 till 44, and then one going from 45 to 65. So I could really understand where to put more money into, right? And then you understand more about it. Let's put more information that we could get. So what I simply also recommend, you just open up another tab and look for iPhone cases. iPhone cases. And once we hit enter, it's going to take us to all different kinds of websites. So let's look for Casetify, right? It's coming up really high, and it is selling $45 iPhone cases, $120 iPhone cases. They have a bunch of cases, bunch of stuff going on. So I'm going to come down all the way and try to get into their Facebook page only if it lets me. Okay, boom. I think I got it through. We're going to scroll down again. I'm going to try to read. Oh, wow. They have so many cases, and I don't like the design of the website because I really can't reach into their social medias, which is pretty crazy. So if we scroll, we see they have 990,000 people, those who like Casetify. So if we want to actually target these people and tell them about the new iPhone XS cases or XS Max cases that we want to sell, we could just simply look them up. So right over here, you have their URL, or right over here, you have their page's handle. So let's go here and try to put Casetify, in interests. Perfect. Once you click on that, boom. Now you're targeting 100 million to 150 million people, and then you have people those who like Apple, Casetify, Facebook for iPhone, and iPhone. And you see page likes, and you're gonna start to understand what other things are relevant to those people. So people those who like Casetify, Apple, iPhone, they're also like top categories or top things would be IKEA, Dick's Sporting Good, Groupon, Mint Julep, Dippin' Dots, Nordstrom. So these are other things that you would have never thought about, but these guys are very similar to each other. So this way you could really come up with really targeted audiences, and you could understand how many active users you have. Because sometimes you would try to do a product and they don't have much active users. So when you're trying to decide a product, decide an audience, and see if this is going to be the right fit for your company, you need to see how many active monthly users are actually there on Facebook. So when I'm trying to do a product, I could reach as many people as possible and actually sell them. So the more active users, the more sales I'm going to get. So this audience insights could be used so many different ways, and you could do so many different things. And say if we were not doing a product, let's just get out of the product, and let's say we're doing a service. So let's say we go advanced right over here. It gives you so much more. On the left hand side, you have language, relationship status, education, work, market segments, politics, life events. So I'm going to give you a pro tip. Every time I do a video, I like to leave a pro tip for you guys. So say what I'm going to show you. Click on relationship status and look at this. If you go engaged, or I would rather say married, it's going to say newlywed, 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. So you're just going to put 3 months. Because when they're newly married, it's like a whole new thing. It's like, hey man, you're just getting married. Hey, this is a cool thing, right? So what you could simply do, I would select the gender, say men, and then do newlywed, and then actually cross-sell it and say, show them a women product and say, how about when you look at this product, do you think about your wife? How would she like this particular case, this particular service? Or hey, if you're doing like a spa session, you could do it like, hey, would you be willing to give your wife for a 6-month anniversary gift? Or hey, how would she enjoy this from you? Or would you like to for her to have a spa session for this? It is easier to buy for someone else because you're buying it with emotional, justifying it with logic, and it's easier when someone just got married and just get started thinking like that. You could also do the same thing when you do in a relationship, and you could do like vice versa. Or if you were doing an app for people who are not in a relationship and you're trying to do it, just hit single, and boom, you could reach a lot of people those who are single. And are not in a relationship just right now, and you could sell them. Like if I was doing Tinder's marketing, I would go ahead and do relationship status as Tinder. Then if say you start doing stuff like other things, you have work and everything, but you say you're doing marketing to get new clients, and say you're trying to get new clients, like say it can also happen that you have a product that is like say gloves or something that construction workers can particularly use, and you are not sure how you're going to reach them. What you simply got to do is come right onto the left, and right here it says work. Under job title, just put construction. Boom, construction extraction. Someone who works in construction and extraction and have that put in their Facebook profile would be available. You hit that and you still have 2 million to 2.5 million active users, which is pretty crazy. And like you would think, you want to do all genders, and to my surprise over here, I see a lot of women in construction and extraction, which is pretty cool. That being said, you could choose market segments. If you have say a restaurant and it's a Hispanic restaurant, you're trying to reach Hispanic people in a particular area because the food is Hispanic, you could choose Hispanic. Or if you're doing an African restaurant, you could choose that. That's pretty cool. Parents, you could choose how many kids they have. So if you're trying to do stuff like, hey, how would you like this baby product for your kid, you could choose how old their child is, and you could do all that cool stuff. And once you do that, it changes the dynamics over here and tells you how many active users. So this one is for people that are in construction and extraction and have a child between 0 and 12 months. And it's 100 to 150,000 active monthly users. It's a smaller number, but you need to understand that these two things are very, very specific. So we're like really drilling down deep into it. That's pretty cool. If you were just to take out construction and extraction away, now you're reaching 3.5 to 4 million people who have a child between the ages of 0 and 12 months, which is pretty cool. And go down, and then you have politics, and you could understand very conservative, moderate, liberal, very liberal, and you could choose whom you want to actually target, and that's a cool thing. Then life events, guys. Then you have away from family, away from hometown, long distance relationship, new job, new relationship, recently moved. So if you were just doing the same product like how I told you, and you were say coming up, if you would have seen that rose with the golden stem, there's like a product. I'll try to post that on this right now on the screen if I could find it. And that kind of product who just got in a relationship, say gift cards, buying cards, some e-cards, or some kind of service that you're trying to give out, or some kind of product that you want to have a guy give to a girl or a girl give to a guy when they just get into a relationship to show their love. You could choose the gender up here and then do just got into a new relationship, and boom, you're ready to go. And then you could do so many other things. You could choose how many. You could just target men and then show them women products and say, hey, would you like to give this to your new relationship, or how would you love like it? Because the thing is, when you just fall in love, it's an emotional trigger. A lot of people are gonna actually end up buying stuff like that. That's pretty cool. You could also do this over here if you click on upcoming birthday. It is crazy. If there's an upcoming birthday and you select that and you're like, hey, give yourself a gift off, boom, and you could do a whole new advertisement based on birthdays. So it is really cool. And once you're done with all of that, you simply just go ahead and hit save, name the audience, let's say test, and boom, save it. And so when you go back to creating your ads, you could just go from your saved audiences, check this particular audience, and you're ready to go. So guys, I personally think this is going to be a game changer for you guys, because you're actually able to see how many active users, how many things, what is going on, what's not, what is a good thing, what is not a good thing, what is a good market. So when you're actually choosing a new product, you could really see where you could actually market on Facebook. So this is going to be a really, really cool concept for you guys, and could help you a lot. So if you like this video and you think this video was helpful, so hit the like button, because hey, that makes me feel super good, gets me pumped, and I want to push out another video every time when I get a like, and I'm like, yes, people are liking my content. And if you stopped here and watched this video up till now and you found value in it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button that just popped up underneath this little screen that's playing, and watch my other videos which are also on the bottom. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care of yourself and keep grinding. Peace.